Hi guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Kia K5 LXS.
And a big thanks to David at Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and that's for David.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the K5 took over the Optima as Kia's midsize sedan back in 2021, subtly updated for 2022, and for 2024, all K5 trims above the LXS come standard with heated front seats. All K5s up until the top GT feature a 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder, cranking out 180 horsepower and 195 pound-feet of torque, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission, enough to get to 60 in around 7.5 seconds, and averaging 31 combined MPGs with front-wheel drive, dropping down to 28 combined with all-wheel drive. Over the last year or so, we reviewed every K5 trim on this channel outside of the base LXS with a base price of $26,515 for 2024. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So the lights just turned off, but we get LED daytime running lights and full LED standard on the LXS for the high and low beam. We don't get a fog light, unfortunately, but not a big deal for the base. Functional airflow, solid flat black grille. We got the radiator on the left side and intercooler on the right. Hopefully you guys can pick it up on camera. We'll take a step back though. We get the updated Kia badge post 2022 on all K5 trims. The wheel and tire setup. For the LXS, we get 16-inch rims. They're gray accented. Some of you guys may not be the biggest fan of 16s. I personally don't mind them, especially for a base, because with these 16-inch rims, we get 65 sidewall tires. These are Kumho Solus all seasons, dimensions being 205/65 R16. So thanks to these 65 series sidewall, the ride quality should be miles ahead of the trims above the LXS. Continuing along, we get body color mirrors. We don't get any LED turn signals on the mirror itself. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, and the glass fills up just about the entire frame. We get black trim for the bottom part of the window trim, some shiny chrome right up top, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, and push start on a base LXS. Let's take a quick look at the window sticker for this 2024 K5 LXS front-wheel drive with the gravity gray exterior, which is a standard color. You don't have to pay extra for it, unlike the white color, the pearl white metallic, which personally, I'm not a big fan of that pearl white metallic, especially since you have to pay extra for it. Mechanically, the standard features the 1.6 turbo 8-speed parking brake with auto hold and drive mode select. We have forward collision alert, lane keep assist, lane follow assist, driver attention warning and high beam assist, blind spot avoidance assist, rear cross traffic collision avoidance assist, ton of assist, safe exit assist. Safety, we have the airbags. You can pause to take a look at all of these. Interior, you can also pause, dual zone auto climate, 8-inch touchscreen, rear view camera, remote start, smart access, tilt and telescoping steering wheel, rear occupant alert. Cool. Exterior, we mentioned a 16-inch rims, auto LED reflector headlamps with amber LED daytime running lights, and power adjustable heated outside mirrors. We also get a spare tire. The only option on this car is a $175 carpeted floor mats, base price $25,390 after a $1,200 or $1,125 destination charge, total price sitting at $26,690. Absolutely fantastic value for the money. 31 MPGs, as we mentioned, 27 city, 37 on the highway. The gas cap is pushed to open, no easy fill. You can throw 87 octane fuel in for this turbo 4-cylinder. Personally, throughout experience, I've heard the 4-cylinder turbos usually just run better with premium fuel. You get the same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper out rear. You get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights. The turn signals are actually halogen. I apologize, guys. No rear parking sensing, K5 badge, updated Kia badge. We'll take a squat back here. Get a good look at the exhaust tip. It's a single exhaust tip with a pretty aggressive diffuser and some faux cutouts for some faux exhaust tips. But we mentioned the exhaust tips. Let's fire up this 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder, and here she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.6-liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Kia for the 2024 K5, and it sounds okay, making a healthy amount of power at 180 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, enough to get the 2024 K5 to 60 in around 7.5 seconds, averaging over 30 MPGs. Basically the same power plant out of the Kia Forte GT, but here we have significantly more space in the interior. We also get hydraulic struts standard on the K5 LXS. That's a thumbs up. I like the location for the wiper fluid, so you don't have, or washer fluid, whatever you want to call it, so you don't spill it all over the engine bay. But what you see is basically what we get. I like this funnel to get some colder air for the intake. We can shut this hood right down, take a step back, walk around this 2024 K5 LXS one more time, and then take a step inside, see what we get for a around $25,000 base price vehicle with pretty healthy power and a very spacious interior. Up top, we get soft touch material, some faux carbon beneath that, aluminum door handles, some hard plastic in the center, but a gushy soft Syntex armrest with a double slot for the storage. Auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the rest of the passengers, four-way adjustable mirrors, and some aluminum switch controls. One speaker for the door panel, solid storage, you'll fit a foot long with no problem, but probably not going to fit a bottle unless it's tightly closed because it's very sideways. Taking a step inside, we get a black plastic K5 nameplate as we step in. Very comfortable cloth seats. They're not power adjustable. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats though, but all with latches. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. Foot on the brake, engine start stop, which is aluminum, nice premium touch. But first we notice is the steering wheel. I'm really liking the shape of it. It's very thick, solid 9.3, 10.2 bolstering notches, also not the worst. We don't get a leather wrapped steering wheel for the LXS. Got to go for the GT line for that. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our voice commands, AM, FM, Sirius, volume and skip controls. You can hang up and answer your phone calls. On the right side, we have our active steering and cruise control settings. We can also adjust the infotainment. Here we're looking at user settings, driver assistance, all of that. Press it one more time, we're looking at digital speedo, tire pressure, you have to be driving to see. Press it one more time, drive mode selector, fuel economy, accumulated info, drive info, and right back to where we started. And your safety sense screen. Here we have our lane keep assist, forward collision alert, and rear cross traffic alert. You can all see through this display. My personal favorite to look at all the time will be this. On the left side, we have a 6,500 RPM red line for the tach, 160 mile an hour speedometer, coolant temperature on the left side, fuel level on the right. Up top, we have our fuel left, temperature outside, and mileage on the vehicle. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, no auto rain sensing wipers, but we get the stock right there in the center. To the left of the steering wheel, we have our interior brightness, lane keep assist, and traction control you can disable. Trunk release, that's nice to have a button for it. Tilt and telescoping steering wheel. You can get a good look at your pedals and a floor mounted accelerator pedal. To the left of that, we have our hood latch release. The dashboard is all hard plastic, but it's soft touch for the passenger side. We get a 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. No navigation, you gotta go to the GT line with a 10.25-inch screen to get navigation, but it's still nice to get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You can see all the menus available, phone, radio, voice memo setup, user manual. Although this is a pretty basic screen for Kia, this is like the top level screen for Honda and Toyota. So Kia is way ahead of the game in terms of tech. The volume and skip dials feel premium, aluminum outline for the air vent controls, aluminum engine start stop, dual zone front auto climate control standard, vent controls if you don't want to use auto climate, 2 USB-A ports, and a 12 volt right next to it. The gear selector, this is also another reason why you go K5. Unlike a lot of other vehicles in this segment with CVTs, we get the 8-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera has a really high resolution to it. Guidance lines and trajectory, we can check out the different views. You see the overtop trailer hitch view. Obviously you would never have a trailer hitch on a vehicle like this, but if you're in the city, you want to maximize the distance between you and the car behind you, this camera angle will help you do so. Throwing right back into park, and we return right back where we were. Behind that, electronic parking brake with auto hold, 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce bottles, possibly 30s, and you got these pushy things to keep the smaller cups or bottles in place. Drive mode selector, we have smart, normal, sport, and custom mode. Hopefully you can pick it up a little bit better now. Smart, normal, sport, and custom. In custom, you can adjust the steering feel, throttle response, all of that. In normal, it keeps everything a little bit duller, same with smart, but in sport, it turns everything to its most sensitive mode. We'll start the review off in normal, transition into sport, and see what the differences are. Behind that, solid storage, gushy soft Syntex armrest. The storage space in here is also impressive. You'll fit 8 12-ounce cans in there, no problem. The glove box is damp, not lined with felt, but large, just as large as the Telluride we just reviewed in this channel. You're fitting 20, 23-ish license plates. You'll fit 2 pairs of shoes because of the impressive width. We get basically a frameless rear view mirror. It's not auto dimming. You gotta pull this flappy thing to dim it, but it's a large mirror with basically a frameless piece of glass. The interior lights don't appear to be LED, but they still do the job. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat of this 2024 K5 LXS. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the materials. So up top, we get hard plastic, same thing with the middle, but we still get a very well padded armrest. Power window, aluminum door handle, and an additional speaker. You'll fit a 6-inch sub with no problem, maybe able to squeeze a 24-ounce bottle, but again, make sure that lid is tightly closed. The rear seats, the padding goes all the way out to the door frame, so very couch-like, solid bolstering, and really solid legroom. This is the reason you go K5 over, say, a Forte GT. We still have, at 6 feet tall, at least 6-7 inches of knee room, at least 3 inches of headroom. You're fitting somebody 6'7" behind their own seat settings in this thing. Not something you can say about a Forte GT. We don't get air vents standard that blow directly into your face. I'm sure there's something going on under the front seats, but nothing that blows into my face. 2 USB-A ports. The center cubby doesn't get a string, but you gotta jab your hand into it. It's a pretty soft piece of cloth. You can fit 24-ounce bottles in there, pass through. Good spot for a phone. The interior light back here also doesn't appear to be LED, but it still does the job. That's about it though, guys. For the back seat, we get a hook, nice for a suit or a dress for both of the grab handles out back. That's about it for the back seat. We get mat pockets on both of the front seats as well. Taking a step out towards the cargo space, we'll check it out and then take this 2024 K5 LXS out for a drive. So pressing the button next to the backup camera in the trunk electrically shoots open. That's an impressive feature for a vehicle in this price point. You can pull these latches and drop the rear seats down 60-40 split, and you do that, I'd expect you to fit probably a 55-60 inch TV back here. I know it looks like a large cargo space, but the cutout is limited. You probably wouldn't even be able to fit that big of a TV through that cutout, but the floor itself for this trunk space is massive. You're fitting 4 or 5 golf bags, 6 suitcases in here. Look at the size of that opening. I can't imagine anything that wouldn't fit through it. Really impressive use of space. We can shut this trunk right down. Before we do that, let's see if we get any secret storage. We do a little bit around the spare tire and fix-a-flat kit. Shutting the trunk, we can walk around this 2024 K5 LXS one more time. I really like the styling of the K5. I prefer it heavily compared to its sibling Hyundai Sonata, but I'm sure a lot of people have different opinions, but personally I prefer the K5. Performance-wise, let's take this 2024 K5 LXS out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2024 Kia K5 LXS. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, for a turbocharged 4-cylinder, throttle response even in normal mode is very solid. Taking a step out here, yeah, very solid. Handles the bumps fantastically thanks to these 16-inch rims. Stepping back out, about third throttle. Ooh, wow. Pretty sensitive though, just third throttle, we're shooting over 5,000 RPM. But that's okay, it still feels very peppy. You're not really using all that power, it's just that's how it's revving for the transmission tuning. At higher speeds, very quiet interior. The K5 has been one of the quietest vehicles in the segment. Bump, it's not even there with these fat 65 series sidewall tires. The steering still feels responsive with these tires, not nearly as responsive as a GT line or of course a GT, but it's still a very playful platform, and even with the LXS you can still feel that being the case. The brakes feel responsive and you don't really feel the brakes through the steering wheel. Taking a step out here, about half throttle. Woo! Wow. Through the twisty. Yeah, the steering feels good and so do the brakes. Taking another step out, we'll do a better body roll test in this roundabout. Brakes still feel good. Throwing it in. Wow, the body roll just like does not exist. Holy crap, out third throttle. Good performance, guys. We'll slow down a little bit. Try an acceleration off the line in sport mode. All right, off the line, we're not gonna brake torque it, just on the gas, boost. Woo! Yeah. This thing flies for an entry-level mid-size sedan. It feels quicker than an Accord. It feels, yeah, it feels a little bit quicker than a 4-cylinder Camry too. It definitely has a more instant power delivery than a Camry. And over the bumps, it feels better than both. One more time, we'll try one more body roll test. Throwing it in a little bit quicker. Woo! Yeah, guys, this thing is sharp. And taking a step out. Oh, this thing is very playful for a mid-size sedan. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. This 8-speed transmission is snappy. That's one reason alone to go with this over an Accord, simply for the 8-speed transmission over the CVT. The Camry gets an 8-speed transmission, but I've said it countless times, I've never felt an 8-speed transmission shift that slowly. It's like I can shift faster if it was a manual transmission myself. And for 2023, 2024, that just simply should not be the case. One more time on the gas. Ooh. Quick shifts. We can try out these manual shifts real quick. Rev match downshifts. Nice. Try out a real world turning radius. Oh, there goes my water bottle on the gas. This is quick. Quick shifts too. Nice. We don't have to beat it up a whole lot further. We can turn on this active steering. Kia is one of the best in the business when it comes to active steering. I probably don't even have to touch the wheel. It's going to keep me in my lane just about perfectly. This road breaks up a little bit ahead, and when it does, I'll see if it yanks me side to side. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But the fact that it can even read the lanes when there are none drawn on the right side, it's an impressive feature in my opinion. Right here, you'll see the twisty coming up. And we still haven't touched the steering wheel. It's simply keeping us in our lane. Watch this, boom. Let's see if it stops. Nope, it did not stop. Oh, yep, yeah, we definitely have to intervene there. But for the most part, it does a great job. See if it, yep, there we go. There we go. Cool, so definitely don't rely on it 100%, but in an emergency situation, this is a feature that can really help you out. And of course, it doesn't override the steering wheel. You still have full control if you want to take over. One more twisty. Ooh. Yeah, guys, this is a very playful chassis for a mid-size sedan. Very similar to a Forte GT, just simply a little bit more docile and significantly more spacious. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Kia K5. Check out the LXS if you prefer the softer ride. If you want to have a cooler looking vehicle, more sporty feeling, more sporty looking, go for the GT line. It's only a couple $1,000s more, but if you prioritize the comfort, go for the LXS. These beefy tires soften up the ride like crazy. It still looks super cool. Same space for the interior. You don't get a 10.25-inch touchscreen, but because of that, you get wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with this 8-inch touchscreen. Overall, guys, you're looking for a mid-size sedan. You don't want to spend over 26,000 bucks. I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Kia K5 LXS. And a big thanks to Century Kia in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And huge thanks to all of you for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.